Hello, Cancer. Come on in and get comfortable. Maybe you're patting moisturizer into your skin right now, or waiting for the kettle to click off, or folding the same warm pile of laundry you always save for the end of the day. Maybe you're already lying down, lights low, letting your shoulders finally drop. Wherever you are, I'm glad you're here with me. This is your reading for July 2026, and we're going to take it slow. Let me tell you how this works. Gently, so nothing about it feels rushed. There are 3 piles in front of us tonight: Pile A, Pile B, and Pile C. Each pile is named after one big card, what we call a major card, and that card is the main theme of your whole month. It colors everything. It can also point to one important moment coming for you, something you'll remember when you look back. Then under each big card sit 3 smaller cards. Those show you how the big theme actually plays out in your ordinary days, in your texts and your to-do lists and your quiet evenings. And here's my promise to you: whichever pile you pick, all 4 of its cards together will touch your work or your studies, your relationships, and your family, so you get your whole life held, not just one slice of it. You know how you keep every little thing, the way you can remember exactly what someone wore the day they were kind to you. Bring that same soft attention here tonight. Take one slow breath with me. Let it out. Good, now let's choose. So this is your moment to pick. 3 piles, A, B, and C. On your screen right now, you can see the 3 big cards playing side by side. Those are the names of the piles, the energies you're choosing between. Pile A is the Fool, Pile B is the Lovers, Pile C is the Chariot. Take a slow breath in, soften your shoulders, and just notice which one your eyes keep drifting back to. Not the one you think you should pick, the one that keeps tugging at you. That one is yours. Take your time. Cancer, there's no rush here at all. The Fool is your whole month, Cancer, and he is standing at the edge of something brand new with no map in his hands. This is the month you start over somewhere, with a clean, slightly nervous, slightly excited heart. You don't know how it ends yet, and that is the whole point. What if not knowing the ending is exactly what sets you free this month? So if you chose this pile, take a second. Maybe you're folding the last of the warm laundry, or you've got tea cooling beside you, and you keep glancing at your phone. Settle in. The Fool is the headline over your July, and he carries good news for a heart like yours that usually wants to know every step before it moves. Look at the figure on the card. He stands at the very edge of a cliff, 1 foot lifted, his face turned up toward the sky instead of down at the drop. That is you this month, deciding to begin something before you feel fully ready. For you, Cancer, that is huge. You're the one who keeps every old version of a person and a plan filed away. The one who remembers the jacket someone wore the first time you met them. The one who hates losing the familiar. The Fool is asking you to step forward anyway. In your work or your study this month, you're being handed a fresh start, a new role, a new class, a blank page you didn't expect. You will want to research it to death first. He says move while you're still a little scared. That is where your beginner's luck lives this July. Now notice the small white dog at his heels, leaping up, happy, loyal, right there beside him. That little dog is your instinct, the gut feeling you usually trust about everyone but yourself. You read a room before anyone speaks. You know when a friend is having a hard day before they say a word, and you've got the kettle on before they knock. This month, that same radar turns toward your own life. The dog is telling you the ground is safer than your fear says it is. When you feel that quiet yes about a new opportunity, follow it the way that dog follows him, without needing 13 reasons first. The event the Fool points to is a true fresh start, a doorway opening that you did not plan for. You'll know it landed when you catch yourself saying yes to something out loud before your usual worry has time to talk you out of it. Maybe it's a message that invites you somewhere new. Maybe it's a decision to walk into a room where you don't know anyone yet. It will feel light and a little reckless, which is unusual for you because you like the safety of the known. When that lightness shows up, that is the doorway. Walk through it. This shows up loudest in your work and in your sense of where you're headed. And it threads into family, too. Because part of what you're leaving behind is an old idea of who you're supposed to be for everyone. The area we haven't fully touched yet is your romantic life, and your 3 smaller cards pick that up beautifully, so hold that thread. For now, here is what I want you to carry. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You only have to lift 1 foot. Let today be the day you stop needing the ending before you'll begin. Underneath the Fool, your 3 smaller cards tell one connected story about how this fresh start actually moves through your weeks. The first is the Knight of Cups, riding slowly with a cup held out in front of him like an offering. This is your romance card, and it picks up the Fool's new beginning and points it straight at your love life. Someone arrives gently this month, an invitation, a message, a soft proposal of something more. For you, Cancer, this is the part where you cry a little in the car afterward and tell yourself your eyes are just tired. Let it be sweet. You love with your whole body, your hands always reaching toward the person you've chosen. So when this night rides up, don't armor yourself out of habit. And the second card picks that softness up and complicates it. The 8 of Cups shows a figure walking away from a neat row of cups under the moon, choosing to leave something that already looks finished. So while the Fool opens a new door, this card asks you to close an old one. You might walk away from a situation that looks fine on paper but feels empty. A job, a friendship, a slow situationship you've outgrown. You're the one who drags old letters into every new room. This month you finally leave some of them behind. That is brave for you. The third card closes the circle. The Ace of Wands reversed shows the offered torch, but the spark won't quite catch yet. This is the creative block, the project that stalls, the motivation that comes and goes. After the leaving of the 8th cup, your energy needs rest before it relights. Don't force the new fire on day 1. When your moods turn heavy and the whole house seems to live under your cloud, that is the reversed wand asking you to pause, not push. See how they link. The Knight brings a tender new beginning. The 8 clears the old ground to make room for it, and the reversed Ace says, give the fresh start a little patience before you expect it to blaze. Together they are the supporting cast under the Fool, the feeling, the leaving, and the slow build. Your family thread runs quietly underneath all 3 because some of what you're walking away from is an old role you played at home. Here is your small invitation this week. Write down 1 thing you are ready to walk away from and 1 tiny new thing you'll say yes to. Just 2 lines. Let that be enough. The Lovers is the headline of your whole month, Cancer. And at its heart, it's about a choice you keep almost making, then setting down again. This is the month 2 things in your life finally come into line with each other, where what you want and what you value stop pulling in opposite directions. Something or someone is asking you to say yes with your whole self, not just part of you. Are you finally ready to choose the thing you actually want, all the way through? Settle in, you who picked pile B. Maybe you're sitting on the edge of your bed with 1 sock on, half ready for something, half not. Wherever you are, let your shoulders come down from your ears for a second. The Lovers came up for you, upright, and I want you to really look at it with me. See the 2 figures standing in the open, nothing covering them, nobody pretending. That's the kind of honesty this month is asking of you, Cancer. You're someone who keeps the whole history of a person in your back pocket, the way they looked the first day you met, the small thing they said once that you never forgot. And this card is asking you to bring that full, remembering heart into the open instead of guarding it behind a closed door. Now look up in the image, above the 2 figures, at the angel with wide arms over them. That figure isn't choosing for them. It's blessing the choice they make themselves. For you this month, that's the difference between waiting for someone to decide your worth and deciding it yourself. In love, this is real. If you're with someone, July is where the 2 of you either line up your values out loud, money, family, the future, the slow Sunday mornings, or you finally feel the gap. If you're single, someone is going to show up who matches you on the things that actually matter, not just the spark. And you, Cancer, you'll know it because you'll stop performing. You'll cook them the soup. You'll show them the corner of your home that smells like you, and you won't apologize for how much you care. This card touches your relationships and your family roots most of all. There's a values question running underneath it. the kind that goes all the way back to the home you grew up in, the things you swore you'd do differently or keep the same. You might find yourself sitting at your mother's table or thinking about it, weighing what you were taught about love against what you actually believe now. That's not a small thing. That's the whole spine of your month. The event the lovers can mark is a real choice. Cancer. A fork. Not a dramatic one with thunder, a quiet one. A conversation where you say the true thing instead of the safe thing. A yes you give or a yes you finally let yourself receive. You'll know it landed because afterward you won't replay it 40 times looking for the part you got wrong. For once you'll feel settled with what you said. The one area this card leans away from is your work and money, so hold that lightly, because the 3 smaller cards underneath are going to walk straight into it and show you exactly where the choosing gets practical. For now, here's what I want you to carry. The blessing over the lovers isn't something you earn by being perfect. It's already there. You just have to stop hiding under the table to feel it. So let's go underneath the lovers' Cancer, where the 3 smaller cards are quietly doing the practical work of that big choice. First, the 4 of Pentacles, reversed. Upright, this is a figure clutching coins so tightly nothing can move. Reversed, the grip loosens, the hands open. For you, this is money and control, letting go at the same time. You have a habit of making yourself the one who holds everything, who pays, who manages, who can never be left because you're too useful. This month, you get to put some of that down. Spend on the thing that makes your home softer. Stop hoarding your worry like it's a bank account. And what picks that thread up is the 9 of Wands, upright. See the figure leaning on one staff, bandaged, watching the horizon, 8 more wands lined up behind. That's you. Tired, but still standing, almost at the finish line of something you've been carrying for months at work or in study. The loosened grip from the first card matters here, because you can't keep guarding the gate if your hands are full of coins. This card says, set a boundary, rest, you're closer than you think. One more honest push. Then the 2 of Wands, upright, closes the circle. A figure stands holding a small globe, looking out past the edge of what they know, one wand already planted, the other in hand. After you loosen your grip, and after you make your last stand, this is the planning. Cancer, the map, a real decision about where you're going next, a job, a move, a yes to a future that's bigger than your comfortable shell. This is the work and money piece the lovers left out, and here it is, asking you to step past the doorway you usually stand inside of. Put them together. You open your hands, you hold your ground one last time, and then you choose your direction. That's the whole supporting cast of your month, and notice how none of it works if you keep playing the indispensable one who can never leave and can never want. Your growth here is letting yourself be the one who chooses, not just the one who holds. This week, here's your small invitation. Take one thing you've been gripping out of fear, a worry, a dollar amount, a role you've cast yourself in, and loosen one finger. Just one. Then look up at the horizon, like the figure in that last card, and let yourself picture where you actually want to go. Write it down somewhere only you will see. That's enough for now. The Chariot is the headline over your whole month, Cancer, and what it carries is movement. After a long stretch of waiting, of holding still, of not knowing which way to point yourself, you finally pick a direction and you go. This is the month you stop letting your moods drive the car and you take the reins back. Where in your life are you finally ready to stop drifting and steer? So settle in, you who chose pile C. Maybe you're sitting at the edge of your bed with one sock on, half thinking about tomorrow. Maybe the kettle's just clicked off. Wherever you are, let your shoulders drop for a second. The Chariot shows a figure standing tall in a stone carriage, and out front are 2 sphinxes, one black and one white, pulling in 2 different moods. Look closely, there are no reins in his hands. He's not yanking them along. He's holding them steady with his focus alone, with the calm in his face. That's you this month. Those 2 sphinxes are the parts of you that pull opposite ways, the part that wants to rush in, and the part that wants to hide in your shell when things get heavy. This month, you learn to hold both, without letting either one run away with you. At work especially, this lands hard. There's a goal you've been circling for a while, maybe a promotion, a project. a move you've been scared to make because you weren't sure you could carry it. The Chariot says you can. You'll feel it the day you say yes to something out loud before your nerves have time to talk you out of it. Now notice the canopy of stars stretched above the figure, and the city wall behind him that he's leaving in the dust. He's chosen to move past the safe walls, past the place that kept him comfortable. For you, Cancer, that wall is often a feeling you carry like weather, where the whole house lives under whatever cloud you woke up with. This month you stop letting one bad morning decide the rest of your day. You feel the cloud, you name it, and you drive forward anyway. That's the growth here. In your family life, this shows up as you finally taking the wheel on something everyone's been avoiding. A conversation that keeps getting pushed off. A decision about a parent, a sibling, a household thing nobody wants to own. You're the one who steers it. Not by force, not by managing everyone into a corner, just by being the steady one who says, okay, here's what we're doing, and then doing it. The important event the Chariot points to this month is a win you have to work for. Not luck, not a gift that falls in your lap. A real, earned victory, the kind that comes after weeks of showing up when you didn't feel like it. You'll know it when it lands because you won't feel giddy. You'll feel quiet, steady, like something heavy finally clicked into place and you can breathe out. That's the Chariot's signature. It doesn't sparkle, it settles. The two life areas leaning hardest here are career and family, your work and your home, the two engines of your month. Relationship gets a lighter touch in the major, so your three smaller cards underneath will carry that thread and bring it forward for you. For now, just sit with this. You don't have to floor it. You don't have to have the whole route mapped. You only have to pick the direction and keep your eyes soft and forward. The figure in the Chariot isn't tense. He's sure. Let yourself borrow a little of that sureness today, Cancer, even before you fully feel it. And here's your quiet line to carry. You are allowed to move slowly and still be moving. Now the three smaller cards under your Chariot, and they tell one honest story about what's been blocking your engine. First, the Page of Wands reversed. In the upright card, a young person stands holding a tall staff, looking up at it with bright eyes. Flip it, and that spark sputters. This is the part of you that's been making fast, jumpy decisions lately, firing off a text you didn't think through, snapping at someone, then disappearing into your shell for hours and pretending nothing happened. Maybe some news came that knocked you sideways. The Chariot wants steady direction, and this page is the restless static getting in the way. In love, this is where your relationship thread lives. You react before you ask. You decide what they meant before they've finished the sentence, and you go cold. The second card picks that up. The Seven of Wands reversed shows a figure who, upright, stands on high ground defending their spot against 6 staffs below. Reversed, they're worn out. They're ready to put the staff down and let the hill go. This is you feeling like you're not enough for the fight you're in, whether that fight is at work or inside your own family. You drag old hurts into new arguments, lining up every past offense in order, and it exhausts you before you even start. The Chariot can't drive forward while you're using all your fuel defending old ground. And the third card closes the circle. The Ten of Wands reversed shows someone bent under a heavy bundle of 10 staffs. Except reversed, they're finally setting some down. This is the kindest card in your pile, Cancer. It's permission. You've made yourself the one who carries everything, the indispensable one, the one nobody can replace, because deep down, if you're needed, you can't be left. This month, you learn that putting a burden down doesn't make you less loved. At work, this is delegating, saying no, letting a task be someone else's. At home, it's letting your family share the weight you've been hauling alone. So look at the 3 together. The Page is the scattered spark, the 7 is the tired fight, the 10 is the heavy load. All 3 are the things slowing your Chariot down. And all 3 have the same cure, which is exactly what the Major has been telling you. Steady your focus, drop what isn't yours to carry, and stop reacting from a wound. Here's your small invitation this week. Pick one thing on your shoulders that doesn't have to be yours and hand it to someone else, out loud. Then notice how the car moves easier. Thank you for giving me this slice of your day, Cancer. Whether you landed in pile A and its fresh open road, Pile B and its choice about love, or Pile C and its steady push toward a win, your month is being held with care. You don't have to carry July 2026 perfectly. You only have to carry it honestly. Here's my wish for you. May you learn that you can feel everything you feel, the big tender storms and the soft warm mornings, without letting any single mood decide your whole day. That's your growth edge, sweet Cancer, and you're closer to it than you think. If you'd like to sit with me again next month, you're welcome to subscribe so the next reading finds you easily. No pressure. And if today's pile spoke to you, save this video and come back to it whenever your week gets loud. It'll be right here, waiting, quiet as a kept secret. Take care of yourself out there, Cancer.